Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm making my predictions for the 2024 edition of AEW's Revolution. Our first match is for the TNT Championship where Christian Cage will be putting his title on the line against Daniel Garcia. For me, I could see the case being made for either guy winning this match, but for me, my pick is for Daniel Garcia to become the new TNT Champion. Well, Garcia's match with Adam Copeland ended with the Patriarchy running in and ending the match and making it a no contest, which then led to Garcia becoming the number one contender as Adam Copeland wasn't going to be cleared in time for the show. I could see that being used into the next program after Garcia wins to where Copeland comes back to challenge Garcia, because as Garcia said, he thought if the match continued, he would have made Copeland tap out. This would also kind of be used as a kindling relationship mending thing with Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, and for some reason I think that Daddy Magic Matt Menard could screw Garcia here, because I mean the guy who's calling himself everyone's father gets a guy whose name is Daddy to join the group. This seems like something that would happen with Christian Cage. So now on to match number 2, and that'll be for the AEW International Championship where Orange Cassidy putting the title on the line against Roderick Strong. This match to me feels like it's a crossroads. Do you keep Orange Cassidy with the International Championship to keep the run going, or do you breathe some life into the Undisputed Kingdom here and get Roderick Strong the International Championship to add on to one of the goals that all of the members of the group set on to get when they all formed up? And for me, I see option 2 of Roderick Strong becoming the new International Champion as the way this one's gonna go. Now I've gone back and forth, but I think Roderick Strong taking the International Championship helps out the Undisputed Kingdom while Adam Cole's injured, because I think people still forget he's injured, so that's why he's not wrestling. But I also think that this could help and move Orange Cassidy onto a new title scene, whether that be moving into the TNT title picture or taking a run at the world title. I also think we could see more members of the Undisputed Kingdom mixing and matching against team members of the Best Friends and all that. And I think this could be used to inject some life more into the trios division that feels like it's been dormant for a very long time as of late. So now on to our next match, and that'll be our Callis family conflict where we'll see Konosuke Takeshita take on Will Ospreay. Now this feels like the layup of the pay-per-view here, as I think Will Ospreay will be defeating Takeshita. I think that this will start leading the groundwork to where Will Ospreay takes Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher back under his wing to re-put the United Empire, this AEW side, back together. And I think there's a small possibility that Powerhouse Hobbs could be leaving with Ospreay as well when he eventually disbands from Don Callis, hopefully sooner rather than later. So now on to match number 4 of the evening, and that'll be our All-Star Scramble match where the winner will receive an AEW World Championship title match, and the participants in this match will be Chris Jericho, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer, Hook, Brian Cage, and the 2 spoiler alerts here of Magnus and Dante Martin. Now this replacing the Meat Madness match as they couldn't get more competitors to make it more than a triple threat. I think that this is all set up for Wardlow to win and have a match for the AEW World Championship. Now with Wardlow winning, the question would be when he has his chance for that AEW World Championship, what happens? Because I feel like regardless of who the champion will be walking into that match with Wardlow, I don't see Wardlow winning, because right now it seems like the AEW World Championship title mix is kind of on a set path that doesn't seem to have Wardlow on the trajectory to be champion right now. But there's a small chance that he wins the title and just has a quick reign with it, and it all depends on what's happening with Adam Cole, when he'll be fully back in the ring, and what their plans are with him, and whenever MJF potentially shows back up on Wednesday or Saturday nights. So now on to match number 5 of the evening, and that'll be for the AEW Continental Crown, and that'll see Eddie Kingston putting the title on the line against Bryan Danielson. Now what will happen here? Will Eddie Kingston get his handshake from the man who thought he was just wasted potential, or will Bryan Danielson finally win a championship in AEW? For me, I see Eddie Kingston retaining his titles and getting his handshake from Bryan Danielson very, very reluctantly. I see this match being the cap off in the Kingston v Combat Club Club situation to where he's beaten Bryan now for a second time. He beat Moxley in the Continental Classic Finals. He beat Claudio on his way to the Continental Classic Finals. He beat Wheeler Yuta on Rampage, and now he's up 2-1 on the American Dragon, and he got his handshake, even though it's not a real handshake. He got it though. Then we'll see what Eddie Kingston has in store at Supercard of Honor. Now on to our next match featuring the Blackpool Combat Club, where we'll see Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley team up to take on FTR. After their time limit draw on Dynamite, where it seemed as if FTR just had 10 more seconds, they would have hit the Shadow Machine and won. I think in this rematch that the Blackpool Combat Club will be winning and defeating FTR. Now with what could potentially happen in the main event for the tag team titles, I think that the tag teams are going to have to start to build up and have more and more ready to go. And we already know FTR is one of the best tag teams in the world that has a lot of equity in this tag team division. Now we've seen Claudio have a run with the ROH World Championship, and Jon Moxley's been the guy in AEW for his entire run, so they have those singles equities. But now together with them getting a win over FTR, they can be looked at as one of the top tag teams in the division with this win, and can be used for a potential tournament to crown new champions a little later on. So now we'll move on to our one and only women's match on the show, and that'll be for the AEW Women's World Championship, where timeless Toni Storm will put her title on the line against Deonna Purrazzo. My thinking here is for this match that we'll possibly see some shenanigans involving Luther and Mariah May, and that'll help Toni Storm retain her AEW Women's World Championship. I think with the new pieces coming into AEW and the returning people coming back from injury and all the mix we've seen with this women's division, just getting, it feels like a very strong overhaul in the past 2 months or so, that I think Toni keeping the title is the way to go for now, and you could see Deonna Purrazzo going at her again, this time maybe neutralizing Mariah May and Luther. And I still think that the match that we're going to be seeing eventually is Mariah May versus Toni Storm for that women's championship later down the road, maybe even the all-in women's title match. And we still have some thoughts with the women's division to where what's going to happen at Big Business, where's that going to lead, and Jamie Hayter is still laying in wake, potentially coming back from an injury, hopefully very, very soon. So now on to our co-main event of the evening in a three-way match for the AEW World Championship. Samoa Joe will be putting his title on the line against Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page. Now for me, I see this match going one of two ways. Either Hangman gets in the way and ends up losing the match and Samoa Joe retains the AEW World Championship here, or Swerve Strickland vanquishes the Beast and puts an end to him and Hangman, and he becomes AEW World Champion. Now for me, my thinking and my pick here is that you should strike while the iron's hot, and I think Swerve Strickland will become the new AEW World Champion. Now while I feel as if the odds are very much in Samoa Joe's favor here, I see Swerve winning, becoming more of a story arc with Hangman, and then figuring out what to do with Joe afterwards, to where Hangman's whole thing was, I need to stop this man from winning this title. I have to stop him, and now, all because of me, my enemy is now the champion. This could divulge into a Joe Hangman feud, and then we know Hangman and Swerve are going to go at it one more time, and I feel like that's just got to be a crazy match where the loser doesn't walk out, to where you're dropped, someone's carrying you out, or you're getting pulled out of that ring, not under your own power, and that'll be the final cap of the Hangman Swerve rivalry for now. So now on to our main event. For the last time, Sting will be wrestling as he teams up with Darby Allin to put their tag team titles on the line against the Young Bucks. This will also be the hype short of the pay-per-view that'll be up tomorrow at 9 a.m. The evolution of Sting with the moments throughout his career with his world title wins, and just some crazy moments and scenes that he's done throughout his whole career. So that'll be up tomorrow at 9 a.m. for a short, so come back and watch that tomorrow. Now for a large lead up into this match, I thought this will be it. Sting will eat the pin here, the Young Bucks become the new tag champions, everything's over, and the evil EVPs win the day. But as things have gone on and progressed, I am now firmly believing that Sting and Darby Allin will be retaining the tag team titles and defeat the Young Bucks. Now I see Sting just ending the pay-per-view with a big celebration. It's a big happy moment, a happy ending to a very long career that had one dark moment that could have been the end, but this would be his golden moment to go out on his own, and those evil EVPs will just be in disbelief that they didn't win after everything they did. And then I think this will set up the tag team division. We'll harken back to the OG days, the first couple episodes of Dynamite, where we'll have a tag team tournament to crown new champions afterwards. And I think the Young Young Bucks will try to pull some EVP power things to where they maybe get a bye or whatever, but just like in the original tournament, they lose their first matchup and get eliminated and just are in disbelief and go after someone else for their next feud. So at the end of the day, in Greensboro, North Carolina, Sting will be walking in and out, still AEW World Tag Team Champion with Darby Allin. So that'll do it for my predictions for the 2024 edition of Revolution. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., the Sting hype video for this pay-per-view will go up. The whole evolution of his career with these great moments throughout this long career that he's had. Plus, there'll be a big business short coming out on that Wednesday at 9 a.m. to with what potentially could be happening, see some money potentially going through. Also, 49ers franchise shorts, those will continue on March 7th and 8th. There will be an extended short run to where those will be going up from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every 3 hours on those 2 days for our games against the Dolphins. So if that interests you, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.